Welcome to Hear Me Out, episode 3. I'm Gabe.
Jake.
And I'm B-Core.
And today we're going to be talking about Us by Jordan Peele. So, what did you guys think?
Good. I mean,
we all liked it. That's the end of the podcast.
We did like it.
Thank you for
It's
coming.
over.
See you later. Honestly,
No, but seriously.
I didn't like it as much as everybody else liked it.
that was the main concern. If you're going in after looking at a 100% Rotten Tomatoes score,
95.
It went from 100 to 98 the day I saw it the first time to 95 by the time I saw it.
Get Out had a similar thing going for it, but it kind of lived up to it for me.
I'm fine with I think that movie, I thought it was going to level out at 90.
Yeah.
I don't know what Get Out's at on IMDb right now, or Rotten Tomatoes, but for the most part, I think Get Out should get 95.
Rotten Tomatoes is kind of just a shitty website to begin with.
Yeah, but that's just because it's a bunch of things.
Yeah, just the way that their ratings balance out. I prefer IMDb.
But I definitely think it should be 90, 89, but not 100. I knew that was just because of the first day.
I'm with him.
Yeah. I knew that.
I don't think it's
close.
89, 90.
It's not even close. It should be
66,
75
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I guess
not on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, no, I feel
Rotten
you,
Tomatoes is percentage, not audience or whatever, or IMDb.
Okay, yeah, now I get what you're saying.
This is literally just Rotten Tomatoes.
About the movie, anyway.
Yes.
It's a horror movie, I think.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Technically,
that is a great way to put it.
I gotta. It's a horror movie about this family, and basically, through this horror movie, I don't even know if it's a horror movie. It's more of just
it's not. It's like a thriller. But
it's like a thriller.
It's
realistic.
a thriller, but every time there is a moment of tension, the dad makes a comment, and all the tension is immediately deflated.
That was my biggest problem with the whole movie.
That
it struggled tonally so much.
Yeah.
Every time there was something that could be potentially scary or creepy, it was just negated by the
hold that thought.
I want to clarify. I like this movie. I think it's a good. It's a good movie. It's worth your money.
It just wasn't scary, is what I was saying.
And it's a little overhyped. But we can get into that a little bit later, the main
kinks with it.
Because I honestly agree with you there, but what did you want to talk about?
Basically what I got out of it was just a horror movie that just tried to mess with your mind. It would try to be because Get Out was just like that. It was oh my God, imagine if that happened. That was me the whole time I was watching the movie. But I felt like there's no other way to explain it besides it's just a mind.
Well, I feel like Get Out was more of the psychological thriller.
That's a perfect way to explain it.
Us is literally just the scenario is so absurd. It's a what would you do type thing because it's
I don't even think it was that. I honestly think it was almost like a message. I feel like he was trying to because there's obviously double meanings behind a lot of the stuff in the movie that that relate to America.
I was thinking that the whole time, but I was too out of it to think about. I was like, these rabbits probably mean something.
No, what were you thinking when it started? When it first started with her or the carnival? Because I think it starts.
Honestly,
with
I love
it. That's
with the rabbit. The rabbits start out.
I love the first 20 minutes of this movie.
Yeah,
and honestly, when she's in the
I had no idea what was going on.
When she gets lost in the fun house or with the mirrors,
the mirror hall.
That was one of the two parts of the movie I would consider scary because when she was lost, I felt very anxious. I don't know why. When she saw the exit and she walked up to it and it was a mirror.
I was shook.
I
take it back.
That's when I was this is honestly a great way to start.
That would be horrifying. If I was her, I get it. That would be scary.
4, or something. She's 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure. Could you imagine? She saw the exit sign. She goes but she was a champ though. When she got to the mirror, she looked shook for a second, and then she kind of just turned. That's why I took away the anxiety. I was
because it's she
didn't
so
even
okay
care
with it.
She just looked at it and then she just turned and.
To be fair, that's child acting though. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
but honestly, for the most part, with the acting, the child actors included, obviously, that girl playing the mother as a child, she didn't get she didn't get a chance to really do anything. Everyone else in this movie is fantastic.
Oh, amazing. For sure.
Everyone has such good chemistry. Like I said in the beginning, the dad deflated a lot of tension, but. It
was still funny.
I liked it.
It was funny, and in the script, that's what he's supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
He's doing his job.
Yeah.
The family felt like a family. They all felt natural. Lupita stole the show. especially when she had
Lupita was so good.
She had to play those two people.
So good. You know, a part that I should have wrote this down, but I was thinking about, like, I can't wait to talk about this, was when they had when she was in front of herself, if you know what I mean, and they were in the living room, and they were just talking, because it's her acting as herself, but like, when she was talking like that, and the facial expressions, I was like, Jesus.
In your theater, we both saw this in a different theater than Gabe did. In your theater,
and I saw it another time, too.
Did I see it opening night?
I've seen it twice.
Yeah. In your theater, were people laughing? Because I swear to God, the whole time.
Every time.
Did I see it opening night?
I don't know.
When did I see it?
I don't know.
I went on Did I go on Thursday?
I think you did go on an opening night, actually. Because I think initially we were supposed to, but then
no. I went to the Hingham Shipyard at opening night.
Okay.
So it wasn't it wasn't like crowded.
When Lupita 2, or technically 1, spoilers. What's it called?
Right. From this point on, just assume spoilers. We're gonna get into the movie and talk about like deep stuff.
In the theater, when she was talking with that choked out voice, everyone was I'm not gonna lie, like, I think it was supposed to evoke like oh, that's creepy.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't.
No one thought that in my theater.
That's not what I thought they were going with that.
I kind of did.
I thought something else. I thought that happened for a reason. And I think it's because when she got choked out as a kid.
No, that's why. But I think they thought it was creepy sounding.
Also, I have another thing. Yeah. I learned about this in high school, I think, psych class. I don't think she's the only one that talks normal. The
tethered people?
Yeah, I think out of all the tethered people, I think she's the only one that talks normal. When you're still developing as a kid, and she already was a person that doesn't like talk a lot, I think that you kind of like are still growing, so you're losing your voice like slowly. You're not really losing your voice, but does that make sense?
I'm so confused.
No.
You've never heard of listen, in high school I learned about this girl that her dad basically kept her in a room. Her family just like kept her in a room her whole life, and then by the time someone found her, she was like an adult, but she couldn't learn how to talk.
I get
anymore.
what you're saying.
It was just like
yeah.
And so I was thinking like that. I was thinking like that's definitely that's definitely.
But that's the other. There's so many holes in this movie. First of all, and that's one of them. Is like she was. It's like she was a kid. That
confused me.
She was a kid, but she knew full blown like sentences and like grown up words and how to talk like a grown up, even though none of them down there know English. How the fuck did she get all that supplies for them? That's another thing. There are just so many holes.
Well,
they were in a classroom, so there was definitely supplies around.
There was
a classroom down there.
There was thousands of pairs of golden scissors and red.
Was it? I feel like it was you that said this. Didn't you say that since she's already been up to the real world, she could like go up there and just buy the stuff herself? I did say that,
but then I realized like if she talks like that and acts like that,
true.
Like who's gonna associate with her? And also, if they're tethered,
they're gonna be like, "Are you okay? Did someone just crush your windpipe?"
This was my biggest problem with the plot hole. It was like because of the switch at the end, which was the classic doppelganger bait and switch, where it was actually
the switch made no sense.
The thing is like, so the tethered are basically like how she describes it, shadows, right? And how they live the same life as the original person, but they get forced into it, which is f***ed up. But Lupita, or the mom, when she got switched, she still had to live a darker life of the doppelganger, which doesn't make sense. It happens in the opposite.
I guess they didn't.
If you're the tethered, everything. Because for an example, when she was dancing, when she was a ballerina, or whatever it was, I'm assuming that's before the kidnapping.
I thought so,
but it seemed like
it didn't make sense.
It seemed like they were saying it was after, but I was like, that must be before. So. But then it has to be after because she was saying when you were dancing, I was dancing, but you're really the original girl.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
What threw me off is like, so if you're not the tethered, you're an actual person.
It should happen the opposite.
How are you copying her moves? Shouldn't she be copying your moves?
So this is what I'm.
That was the biggest part. That was my biggest gripe with the movie.
This is what I'm thinking.
With the plot, rather.
Like they never explicitly say. I don't think. Are we just meant to assume that both parts do the same thing, like over and over again?
They showed that to us that they do the same thing.
She says like the rest of you like get this, and then we all get fucked.
Actually,
they all live in shit.
Now that we say it, she refers to it as puppeteering, which means they're mimicking the people up top. So actually, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
They show multiple times that it's like that because at the end of the movie, Jason, when there's a fire and Jason realizes he's in the car, he makes his tethered person go backwards. Do you remember that?
Speaking of that, I have a conspiracy.
Save that one for later.
I have a conspiracy about the brother that I heard about.
Oh, I have a conspiracy too that I heard about.
Yeah, me too.
You don't actually have a conspiracy.
No, I don't have a
fucking loser.
But that was like a weird thing that I thought of. I'll be honest, during the movie I wasn't thinking about that. After, when I had to like write notes,
that's something. Yeah, it's something that you sit and think about.
That's what I'm saying. Like after watching it the first time, I was like, yeah, that was good, but like, some seemed off about it. And then I just like, as I kept replaying it over in my head, like what happened, I was like, there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't add up here, which is what annoyed me. But it's at the same time, like I understand that might not have been his intent. Like his intent is clearly to like send a message somehow.
Yeah, and honestly, what I would have been fine with is if he just decided to not explain the origin of the doppelgangers.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, I liked honestly probably made it better.
Yeah, I think so.
I liked how Get Out was just so like, what is going on? I mean, they explained like our family. This is like a generational thing, like with Rose. I think Rose, but
it explains equally in that movie, but it's just a smarter idea.
It was more realistic. It just like, oh, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Because we can actually relate to like, oh, these people are just racist, like crazy people.
One thing that caught me off guard, actually a couple things that did. When I went into this movie, I don't know why, just based off the trailers, I thought this whole conundrum with their like doppelgangers was going to take place over like multiple weeks for some reason. Like I didn't think all of this action was going to happen in one night.
Instantly. They're outside. I thought it was going to build up. Like someone was going to be in a grocery store, bump into someone, be like, sorry, and they're going to be like, it's fine. And then they're going to like go really by. Like,
that's I was expecting something more like that.
That looks exactly like me.
Like, and then during the movie, during the beginning, I was thinking like, why aren't the cops showing up? And all that starts to make sense.
Yeah, because
this is the second thing. Yeah. This is the second thing I didn't see coming was that like, oh, everyone has like this is. I didn't expect the tethered plot. I thought it was just this family.
Yeah, exactly.
Something with this family.
That plot. I even wrote that down.
Like when Tim Heidecker gets stabbed by other Tim Heidecker.
I wrote that down because I was like, wait, so everyone has a twin? I thought his
just
thing
America.
Just America?
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna do a thing.
Oh yeah, because it said there's like thousands of tunnels beneath.
They said
America.
It was an American. They
specifically
say it's an American experiment. Okay. And that's the thing. Like you were saying, she says that the experiment was so they could make doppelgangers, but the doppelgangers would still be tethered, so they could use them to puppeteer the people up top.
Yeah.
But it failed. So maybe that explains the flip flop.
It doesn't explain,
but
I don't think it does.
It doesn't, but
I tried.
I was honestly just thrown off by how, because you said people were laughing.
Dude,
both
times I saw it was mostly laughter.
Most of the theater was
laughed.
Most of
really,
no one even. Everyone was just silent.
First of all, can I just a side note?
It was opening night, so people like really wanted to see it.
The audience I saw it with were kind of like obnoxious.
Jesus Christ.
Every time I go to the movies, we went to Hanover.
Where?
Hanover. And then I went to Braintree the first time, which is just
I'm going to sound insane right now. I'm going to sound like a crazy person, and I'm just like so...
You hate people.
No. I don't... Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but... I don't believe they actually find it as funny as they're laughing about it.
I think
they're doing it to acknowledge, like, I know that's funny.
Someone else is laughing. I think it's funny too.
I'm sorry, I sound like a crazy person, but I just don't believe you. Because if you're laughing that hard, that is the funniest thing you've ever heard in your entire life.
Dude.
Well,
tomorrow on
tomorrow's podcast, there's a person we want to talk about that you just reminded me of from the other movie from Shazam.
Oh yeah, Shazam.
But I'll be. See, there's some people that like take it way too far. They're geeking out. It's literally like, but there's sometimes like when we were at Happy Death Day to You. I'll be honest, I cracked up a couple times, but I was the only one laughing. They just caught me.
That's fine though. Like,
the jokes aren't as funny as they're making out.
Something I always notice with like someone like you too. Like, it's just obviously the people you associate with. Like, if I'm laughing, like it's fine. You're allowed to laugh at a theater, but like you kind of like try to bottle it up and you try to like snicker to yourself.
Exactly.
This dude, there's dudes in the back going like, "Ha!" And I'm like, yeah, it's It's hilarious. Like, dude, that has to be the funniest thing you've ever heard in your entire life. How is it that funny? Like, it was a one-liner.
Yeah. That's the point. It's their one-liners.
Like, I can't even imagine how loud that came out.
If you went to it came out loud. I saw the wave. It was so loud. All three of our mics had the same identical line, which never happens. All of them had the same line. But if you went to Randolph, there would probably been people like, "Oh, don't go in that closet, little man." Come on.
My god.
I hate that's the worst for me when people like,
dude,
like, don't do it, don't. It's a movie. Can you just sit down?
They can't f***ing hear you.
What?
Dude, when I said 3 to you when the movie started, when I was like 3, that was the amount of cell phones I counted people looking at and then dropping out of their hands immediately.
Like, it's so annoying.
I was like, it's like you can't just put it in your pocket, like, and just.
You're laughing at the movie and you also have your cell phone out.
It's the worst.
You're really immersed,
huh? It's the worst type of people.
You're just like, dude, it's so annoying.
I feel like that's just here though, like in places like Austin, Texas.
It's not. It's definitely not.
No, that's like a thing.
I don't know.
That's like a that's just a universe. Because when I went to the movies,
but I'm saying we don't have Cali, like good theaters. Like we don't have like the theaters like there's theaters in like Austin,
like
Texas.
AMC I
mean like not like I've been there plenty of times, but not like they're not
Chinese
brand name.
Theater?
They're not brand name theaters. They're just like a local theater. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, AMC.
There's so many AMCs. I mean, like there's one.
So what do you mean, like Chinese theater or no?
No, like they have these wicked nice theaters that like serve you drinks and food, and like you sit down and watch, and they have like strict policies of no talking, no cell phones.
They
and, like,
have
they'll kick you the fuck out. Yeah.
What is this for critics?
No, it's just like you go watch.
Dude,
I'm saying it's in Austin, Texas.
Can you do that in Randolph? In the 21 over?
You can order food and drinks, but they won't kick you.
Rules?
They won't kick you out. Like I mean, there's rules, but they just don't enforce them. Like in every other theater, you know what I mean? But they actually enforce them at like that place I was talking about.
But yeah, anyways, going back,
keep talking about it.
I hated the deep explanation that Jordan Peele did. I just wish that he just left it like bare. Just leave it, like, just make it crazy and like, oh my god, imagine.
It's like, one of those movies where having room for interpretation would have been fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to explain everything. Especially with scary movies, you don't have to explain this and that. It's a movie where there's a tunnel with.
It also just annoyed me that this girl is giving her all this exposition when she's the one that wants her dead. Like, you don't need to tell her this.
Yeah, like she knows what she did.
Yeah,
she was the one who did it.
Exactly.
Like, and the fact that you didn't even bring up that she did that to you in the first place, like you weren't like, I'm getting revenge for what I did to you those years ago. Is like,
well, that
it doesn't even make any sense why she's like delaying it so long. Like, I'm going to enjoy this. Really, waiting like how long? Like 28 years? Like,
hey, listen, man, she hasn't talked in 28 years. She's trying to get it all out. You know what I mean?
There's just so many.
This is her time to shine. Yeah. But I didn't really like. I mean, I'll be honest. I liked that part because then at the end, it was more of like a, oh my god. So the whole time this girl was sitting there acting like she was scared, but she's the one that did it.
Mm-hmm.
So that I was like,
she did so good at that.
Jake pointed out to me too that
Lupita killed it. So did Duke though.
He got to see it a second time, so he got to go into it knowing the twist.
The whole twist.
So what he pointed out to me that's kind of like interesting. Like this is definitely a movie that you would benefit a second watch from, obviously, because of the ending. There's like remember when the daughter gets flung into like the tree?
I noticed that the first time I watched it.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even pay much mind to it. I was thinking like, my brain was just going like, oh, it's because she looks like your daughter.
No, I don't know. As soon as that scene happened, I knew where the movie was going. I knew instantly. I was like, oh, she's her and she's her. They're switched.
My brother said the same thing.
Really?
But I knew.
My brother called the same thing.
As easy as it is, I just got too pulled into the world the first time to like actually like think ahead like that.
No, it wasn't on purpose because you guys know I hate to think ahead. I hate to dissect. No, but when that happened, when she got out of the car, and she was like, "I'll be like stay in the car, whatever." At first, I was like, "Oh, like that's so brave," and Elena was like, "Jesus, like why is she getting out of the car?" And I was like, "That's brave." But then as she started walking into the woods, I was like, "Wait a minute."
Like, what are you doing?
You have a car. You're about to get away. You're going to walk in the woods. I was like, that doesn't make sense. So
this is also right after she gave the husband that speech of, we don't fight, we just run. And she's getting out of the car.
Mm-hmm. And so she was like, they know everywhere we're going.
Yeah.
But anyways, when she got to the daughter and she saw the daughter and she was like looking at the daughter and she had the thing. And I was like, oh, she just wants to make sure that it's dead to protect her kids. So like her kids can live and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then she was like, shh, like soothing her into death. And I was like, instantly I was like, that is her. She's the tethered. They switched, but I didn't think it was the same twist. I thought she somehow switched clothes
like in
with
the
her.
beginning.
Or somewhere we
like
missed
at
it.
Some point we
missed it. I thought we missed it, and she like somehow switched clothes with her or something like
she
that.
just captured her and tied her.
Yeah,
up
and like switched
clothes
really quick, and then just pretended to be like this person. But I guess I didn't think about the voice, how she doesn't talk normal. But it still was. I was like, that's the mom. Like I knew instantly that it was the mom.
Honestly, another problem I had with it, and I know at this point it just seems like we just hate the movie.
We're gonna talk about what we like.
But another problem I had with it was when. I just forgot what I was going to say.
You have no idea?
No. Oh, yeah. It was the fact that it was so predictable at the beginning. In that scene where they, the evil mom gets to the house and starts, and they're out in the driveway holding hands. And then the dad goes out, and I'm like, all right, this dad's going to get up. Like, he has to die here. Like, that's the whole point of the scene. It has to be. Once he gets inside and he hits him with the bat and he's on the ground, they don't kill him. And I was just like, none of these characters are going to die.
You felt they had plot armor.
I was like, immediately, I know for a fact, I'm not even scared anymore because none of these characters are going to die.
I was surprised that no one died in the main
I'll be honest. It was so funny when he was like, he comes out with the bat and he was like, all right, I told you to leave. What's up? And he has the bat. It was just.
He goes,
so
if you want to get crazy, you want to get crazy.
He kept going doing.
But it also that's what I'm talking about. Like it literally, the scene. Like if he walked out there and it was just dead silent and he was just slowly walking up to them, I'd be way more tense. But he just walked out and said that, and immediately everybody's just geeking out, and it's not scary anymore.
Yeah.
And then she does
I feel like that was the intention though. That was a laughing.
Yeah, it kind of.
I know. Don't get me wrong, it works, but for me, it just didn't make it scary.
I think I like the way the humor was handled in Get Out more because it was isolated.
That's what I'm saying. There's a certain point you gotta take
that guy was in that movie too, right?
When they were at the meeting and they're like, "Oh, you play basketball? I like basketball. I love basketball."
It's not only that too. There's literally a comic relief character. In Get Out, but he's in a different state.
Lil Rel.
Yeah, and he keeps calling him.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way of keep the comedy over there, keep the scary tension here. And with this movie, it's anytime there was one other part in this movie that I thought scared me, and that's when after he goes, "We can get crazy," and then the family's just sitting there. And then they all start moving.
Yeah. That scared the whole theater.
When the kid crawls into the bushes.
That's the thing though, is the whole theater was like, "Oh," and then some dude goes, "Oh, what the f?" And I was just like,
shut up.
You just ruined that whole scene. It just seems like now I'm watching somebody react to a movie. I don't come here to listen to your stupid opinions.
I feel that.
But that's just
that was such a good I don't really have a problem with the comedy though. I mean, once it got into the stuff, they didn't really I mean, he joked a couple of times in the beginning. He joked at that part, but then I don't remember him making a joke until I think after they were running and stuff, trying to get away.
This is a problem I'm having with movies in general lately. It's that they're afraid to take themselves more seriously.
Dude, we were talking about this the other day, how every movie is almost like they're trying to copy and paste the exact same style of Marvel. Just that, fill in that, those one-liner comedy bits, throughout the entire film and never really take itself seriously, which is honestly, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because, I would have been fine with the comedy if they isolated it in the first act. Yeah. And then the rest of the movie was just actual serious, they were being tormented and trying to survive. That would have been a lot better than just adding in these little one-liners, because then it changes the whole tone. It makes it seem like it's a comedy.
There's Oscar bait movies that don't do that you'll see in the theater.
Yeah.
And
nowadays everyone wants.
There's one horror movie that's terrible that doesn't do that.
Honestly, and we're talking about psychological horror, which is what they were trying to accomplish here. Us and Get Out didn't feel any psychological horror. I'll
be honest, I was Us was kind of more oh, that's so crazy that my mind can't picture it. Get Out, I was like, oh my god, Get Out had me, dude. It had me. Yeah, I was like, dude, I could see it. I'm he.
Yeah, I felt tension during Get Out. With this movie, not barely for a second.
When you just put it up against when you're talking about scary movies and psychological thrillers and stuff, now I just think of Hereditary, and it just ruins the rest of it for me, because it's just that was so good.
Yeah. I really like the on the nose subtlety with
"We are Americans." So he didn't like it. Honestly, I'm gonna come clean right here. I didn't even like notice that at all. I was like, oh, her voice is messed up.
No, I'm hip.
It wasn't even like a big deal to me.
I think it's because everyone else was laughing.
It's just yeah. So it was just like a theater thing. Like depending on your theater, like some people start laughing and then you're just like, ooh, that didn't really hit right.
They really
the audience.
They really do affect the experience.
But no, there's some good things about it. Were like obviously
the actors is the first thing.
Yeah,
I love the acting. I don't think there was anyone that I can think of that had a problem with.
No, they all did. They all did pretty great job.
I just
Lupita
think
killed it.
Yeah, I just think
Winston
my expectations might have been too high.
Tim Heidecker killed it.
How about you stop looking at reviews then, dog?
Well, I didn't. You told me it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. You dingus.
I said that, to be fair.
Okay, well, Jake said it, so blame him.
It's my bad.
You shouldn't have done that.
That's my bad, dog. I was just saying it was just outrageous that they gave it that it was 100. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, but even when you said it, I was like, well, obviously it's not gonna stay at 100. There's probably like 4 people right now on it, or 4 sources right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Went down to 95. Wait, if Get Out isn't at least a 95, outrage from me. I'll be on the streets with my signs.
See, I'd give it.
What does that mean?
Protesting.
My signs.
You just have signs ready.
Yeah, I just got mad at them, dude.
They're downstairs. They're ready. They're ready to be brought out. Acting, I like the soundtrack, even though there was only
it's like 2 songs.
But
it's
I still like it. I like
songs.
what they did with it. I like the slowing down of like when it was like dun dun.
Yeah, they gave it that
dun,
instrumental.
Dun. I loved that. That was so genius. And the song, they took a song that you think good things of, and they made it into this creepy slow song.
I know you say that, it still doesn't sound creepy to me.
It did to me.
It just sounded
like it
still
sounded, just an experience, dog.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was like almost like a hype up commercial for like a Nike ad, like Nike shoes or something. Like they're like it was some dude in the tunnel ready to go out onto the field, and he's like, "Yeah, dude," and it was like about to play that. Like I don't know, that was just me.
We like this movie.
It's a good movie. It's not like I'm gonna like watch it a third time like soon. Like I'll watch it a third time, like somewhere down the road.
I probably won't see this for a couple of years.
Yeah, but like, because there's really no reason to
as many years as I can
rewatching it once.
It's not long enough. It's not long enough and detailed enough where you're gonna forget.
It's not that bad.
I like it.
It's good. It's a good movie.
I just realized the more I talk about it, the more it sounds like I hate it.
It's just easier to say remember things that you hate. Like it's really
specific.
Hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to be like.
It's like overall the movie's good, but this one thing I can just hone in on.
Those
one
things,
why?
yeah. Like I can nitpick, but like
why did Tim Heidecker eat a crowbar to the skull by a grown man, but a 13-year-old girl?
No, I'm hip. Hitting you with a golf club sends you into just throws you over a railing like you're just a wet paper bag. Like stuff like that was annoying. The cartwheeling, the like
creeped me out.
But it's like so like the first sister gets knocked off, and then the other one's just sitting there doing a handstand, waiting like
that was
they're gonna come around the corner
creepy.
any second now.
It's
just so practical. Like their jobs
remember,
insane.
Do you remember how Jake said that the main family has plot armor though? Tim Heidecker's family. Bam! They're all dead immediately. Like
it was so.
They walk
it was
in. They don't do
attacks.
They don't do.
Smart.
Yeah, they don't do cartwheels.
That on purpose.
They don't.
I'm not gonna say
but
why.
Everybody else died. Like the entirety of America.
Okay, think about
they
this.
showed all of the footage of people just dying.
You don't even have to say it all out. Just think about it. Who always dies first in a movie? And now think about it. Who they killed off first in this movie?
I'm just saying. There's
a reason.
It's not intense.
There's a reason.
It's not intense if everyone has plot armor.
There's a reason. He did that on purpose to give back to like that we always die first.
Because
here you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know what you're saying.
I didn't even know you were getting at that.
Yeah, because it's like the stereotype. The black dude dies first.
Wow, he totally. That's totally it.
That's what I knew that instantly. As soon as they didn't have a chance to run or anything, it was just bang killed. I was like, oh, he was trying to like give back. It makes sense. It made sense to me.
Honestly,
I'm fine with it.
I think it's just. Nah, I'm not gonna say it.
Say it.
I'm not gonna
say it.
Say it.
It's just like.
Say it. Say it.
No, I can't. No.
What is it on your notes?
Yeah, write it on your notes. Here's a pen.
I can't.
Write it on your notes and we'll judge.
It's just.
Write it down. They can't read it. Jake's currently writing it down. Honestly, I liked the scene. I'll think of scenes that I liked. I liked when Winston was on the boat and then he thought of the smart idea of headbutting his engine to start the engine up, and then he just threw his tethered person into the engine.
Yeah,
that was really dope.
So that obviously like they were the anomaly family, right? And
can't say this.
I know, that's why I said no.
You can't say that ever. Are you kidding?
No way. That's why I didn't say it. That's why I didn't say it. I said I wasn't going to say it.
Why are you even considering it?
Because it makes sense. Like, that's why...
Oh my
like,
God. I can't breathe.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude.
Oh my God. Why did you think that was like...
You
were like...
I immediately...
I want to like say something with that, but it's such an easy thing to guess.
No, but like... It's like... That's cool if like that's what he was going for. Like, he wanted to flip the stereotype around, but like...
Well, that's why I think
it showed, like, it explains it. Like, he explains it, though. Like, he says, like, they want to take their time. I get that, so they don't kill him immediately. They don't want to take their time with Tim's family, so they just slaughter them immediately.
Well, maybe it's because she's the one that planned it all, so she's the one taking her time. The other people just escaped because, like, she told everyone, like, go wild. I'm letting you free. Like, you can.
But then why did they go for their exact double, then? Why wouldn't they just come out of the sewers and just start stabbing everybody?
Because they're taking their place.
Yeah,
like you don't really have to explain that.
Like, also, it's easier. It's easier.
It made sense, like, because if to eliminate everybody, it would just be easy if you just
say
go kill yourself.
You know how they said they think like us too. It's probably easier for them to like find their own people.
Find each other. That makes sense.
Just
it's like you all have one job.
It's easy.
Yeah, exactly. You all just got to kill.
Then like
yourself.
Everyone kill everyone alive. That's
and it's like if you happen to be walking by someone, just stab them.
You know what part I really like?
What?
That just dude. Oh my God, this creeps me out till this day. When she meets with when Lupita meets up with the tethered with her I don't remember her name in the movie, and she was walking backwards towards her like dancing, like when they were in the classroom, and she was like.
She goes really goofy to me.
Well, that creeped me the hell out.
That whole thing was clearly like a shout out to fucking ballerina dancing.
That creeped me out. Dude. I had goosebumps.
It was clear. Like she gets kicked and she like falls
when she
back
walks
like this.
Fast,
like...
when she gets lined up with her and she starts walking faster towards her backwards, I was like, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with the Exorcist when the walking backwards, the bridge or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, yeah.
I hate anything close to that. I hate it.
I was just like, she's got really good posture. I don't see what the problem is.
Posture A1, honestly. Dude, A1.
She like walked on her tippy toes, like.
Oh, what was the conspiracy? What
the conspiracy? Yeah, with the little brothers that he got swapped.
I could see it
when he was younger.
Nope, when they were at the beach.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Or was it when they were at the beach?
Wait, but he took his mask down and off.
What about the?
He burned his face.
Yeah, you saw his face.
So how did he get swapped if his face wasn't burned?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they might have got swapped. The theory is that it's their summer house, right?
Yeah.
So they come up there, and one summer they went up there and he got swapped, and then he burned his face.
Oh,
and
so you're saying he got swapped at some other point?
Yeah, not in the movie, but like so. And the theory is there's like the really only evidence for this theory is that when they're at the beach and like the girls like knock over his shit on it made out of sand, and they go, "What was that? A sandcastle?" And he was like, "No, it was a tunnel." Because it's referring to the tunnels underground. So the reason why a normal kid would be like a normal kid makes a sandcastle, but he made a tunnel because he only knows tunnels. You know what I mean? He doesn't know about that life. I'm just saying. There was other evidence. I don't have it on me.
I don't know.
I'm just
there
saying.
Probably is.
I don't remember them saying that, so I can't help you.
But that's what it was.
What was your conspiracy?
The only reason
like it's possible.
My conspiracy, well, you guys already agreed, was just it was a person explaining how it links up to America. Like they broke. I don't remember how they broke it down. They broke it down so much.
Yeah. I don't get it though.
The red symbolizes the red. Like I don't even know. It's like crazy stuff.
The red, really, it's symbolic of the red.
Were they wearing red because the commercial they were wearing red on the whatever that was the hand.
No, it's because Hands Across America, like the little figures of humans were red, so they all dressed in red.
I didn't like that. I didn't like what. So we're gonna kill our twin, and instead of living our lives, we're just gonna connect and go all the way across the world.
Well, because she wanted to make a statement, is what she was saying, and I feel like I just would love to see some follow up on how this all like comes around, because it just kind of ends, and I was just
like,
sequel? What is this, Happy Death Day? He's probably gonna do another one, but not to a sequel.
Instead of being called Us,
it's just like I wanted to know, like I know, like it's just this is how movies end. Like that was a good ending spot, but like.
All right. Well, I guess
that was the wrong pronoun.
What do you mean?
Anyways, you guys got nothing else you liked?
It's so hard to explain. I like
it's so hard to
I
say
like the movie.
The cinematography, the like.
It's got a 95 Rotten Tomatoes, 71 audience.
That's
I don't know what I'm talking about. Just go watch it.
Yeah, just go watch it.
Definitely watch it.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I told you all the bad stuff about it. Like, what else do you want?
If you like his movie,
why are you still here?
If you like to Get Out, you're gonna like this movie.
Well,
I feel because at that point you just like Jordan's style, right?
Yeah.
If you like the movie at that point,
if you like the style,
and that's the thing about Jordan, and that's why that's why I actually I have respect for the movie, is because like it's a style that Jordan has made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's clearly defined himself as a director.
What happened at the end of the movie in Get Out when the cops came? Did the cops take him? I'm trying to think.
No, it was the friend. The friend shows up in the cop car. Yeah. There was an alternate ending.
Wasn't there an alternate? Yeah,
there's an alternate ending where it actually is the police and he gets blamed, which would have been so unsatisfying. I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
That would actually but so unsatisfying. But if he did have that instead, a lot of people would have left that just like.
It would have been pretty real.
Like, wow, he just escaped death and they arrested him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would have been too
that would have sucked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be too real. Like you'd just be like, that just makes me feel hopeless.
I was watching a horror movie. Now I'm watching a political statement.
Now I'm just depressed.
I feel that.
Yeah, but political statement for sure.
Rating?
7 out of 10.
8.
I'm glad you did that, because I'm going to give it a 7.
Yeah, you can go with 7. I was going to say you can go with 7. But that's
7.5.
I gave Get Out an 8.5.
7.5 because I
can come to a 7.5.
I'm thinking of an 8. That's why. Because Get Out to me is a 9.
See, people loved Get Out. I didn't think it was a good movie, but it's like the same thing with this one, where it was like I just didn't think it was that good. Like people just seem to be overhyping it.
What did you give Get Out? Like an 8?
I watched it twice.
Yeah,
loved it both times. Like loved it. I don't know why. It was just so. I can relate to the.
Honestly, I give it a 7. Fuck it, I give it a 7. Yeah, same as this.
Get Out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't think it was like that great. Like I was like I get why people like it. I just don't think it's like whoa. I wasn't blown away. I was like I've never seen anything like this before. It was like it's not. I mean I haven't because it's kind of crazy, but I guess I've just seen too many movies because it just wasn't fucking.
I just think if Us was trying to be scary, they shouldn't have had the.
I wasn't impressed.
The people scream like how they screamed.
Let's just be honest here, like you could.
It's another thing the audience laughed at every time when the dad yelled.
Do you know in Get Out when they're having that auction, secret auction?
Mm-hmm.
I loved I just could relate so hard to when they were like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I think he said like, oh, like I like basketball. I think that's one of the things they said. The guy said,
have you had
like,
that?
You're so strong. No, I've had people be like, oh, you're Brazilian? Like, what soccer team do you like? And I'm like,
hell yeah.
Oh, white people.
PSG.
But like, I don't do that stuff. But I get blamed for it.
Shut up.
Do what?
Like I'm not like, what's your favorite soccer team?
No, but I'm saying I related to that scene. Like I felt it. I was like, oh, I know what he's saying. Or like, dude,
I can relate to it too, bro. Just because.
Where are your parents from? You're like, oh, my parents are from Brazil, and they're like, oh, are you going to college? Yeah. What do you go to, like community college? I'm like, no. They're just like throwing it in there, like, all right,
buddy.
Yeah, don't go to community
college.
Okay,
bro. Mr. Tough guy over here with his degrees.
But you live in a house too.
What are you gonna do that if you live in a house? I live in an apartment. They're like,
it's like, yeah, sorry. I live in an apartment with 5 of my family members. It's a
but yeah,
bedroom.
I liked it overall. You should watch it if you.
Just watch it. Just watch it.
Honestly, just watch. If you liked Peele's movies, Jordan Peele films.
It's the same style.
Is that what it said in the beginning? Jordan Peele film.
Jordan Peele.
No, it's Monkey Paw Productions, isn't it?
I could have sworn I saw the credit that said a Jordan Peele film.
Well, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, it is Monkey Paw.
It's Monkey. It's
that
Monkey Paw
hand
Productions, yeah.
in the T creeped me out. It was like.
I'm hip. That was the scariest part of the whole movie for me.
Oh my! He really like it.
No, though it really it was not scary. Like I was not scared at all. That's probably my biggest problem with it.
I wasn't scared. I was more kind of just like, oh my god, like No, like, oh my god.
But even that, like I wasn't even like, oh my god. I was like, you realize this is just you. Like, just punch him. Just punch him in the face. Just like the little boy. Was such a
the little boy.
Like every character. Like if the little, like, I don't know.
I'm like, you can just turn it on. Like you just gotta.
That was another part of the conspiracy, was that the reason why he didn't know what it did, like when he was like, I don't remember, I think I left this here last year, was because he's the tethered, and last year the real boy did it, so he didn't know exactly what it was, but he just like had a fuzzy idea.
There's probably like 50 things.
There's multiple things. There's multiple things, but like, I know I'm bad at explaining it. I just watched like one fucking video on it. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna do it. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing another podcast. We're gonna do a review on Shazam, and and I know that's wait, what's the date?
A little bit underwhelming.
Oh, we're early still. We got to see it early access 2 weeks early because I got an email from some website.
Fandango. That, honestly, I saw mad people get that.
Yeah,
I saw like it was like they were.
I'm happy.
I felt less special when I went into the theater.
Yeah, because they clearly like. It was packed.
Because it was just like
I heard multiple people, like Angry Joe, like he was another one. He was like, yeah, I got to see it early because of Fandango. I was like, oh, I guess.
You think they're trying to crank up the box office by like getting money in before?
Maybe.
Like money in before the official, so then once it comes out officially, it's like,
oh, true.
Because when it comes out officially, that's when a lot of people are going to go see it. Because a lot of people don't pay attention to the Fandango sponsored ads and stuff like that. That's what I think they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to negatively bring down Shazam, but I feel like a lot of people don't even know if it's out or not, and I don't think they care.
Well, it's not.
It'll make money.
I don't think it's in theaters right now.
No, I'm saying, but I don't think like people in like my family doesn't know that. Like they're just like, oh, is that out yet? I don't know. Like they don't. You know what I mean? Like they're not really worried.
I feel like when it comes out, it'll get some traction. It's a superhero movie.
Oh, it's definitely gonna get some traction.
I mean, people like almost have to go see it because it's like DC. Like DC was so bad.
They have to. They need people to see this movie because they're starting to make themselves.
The turn. They're starting to kind of come back around.
Slowly but surely.
They should cancel. I'm not even gonna get into it. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and then we'll see you tomorrow.